Well, William, we now had Jorge Lopehandia has joined us, and he is facing a lawsuit himself from Brian Mulroney and Barrick Gold. And just to give you a brief history on Mr. Lopehandia, Jorge is the legal owner of Mina Pascua Lama. Mina Pascua Lama is the third biggest gold reserve in the world, which Barrick Gold tried to illegally acquire for $20. And finally, the Chilean court system has recognized Mr. Lopehandia as a legal owner. So he is going through what you guys are going through at this time. And what happens is, with that said, Jorge, could you quickly talk about, share a little bit with William and our listening audience what you've experienced yourself, and maybe you can give William some advice?
Thanks for inviting me here, Rich, and thanks for having William in the other line. For William and the rest of the audience and the listening audience, libel seems to be an instrument used by the powerful to shut off dissent, to quash the truth, to extend the holidays of the crimes, and sometimes to condemn innocent people. An example of libel. Greenpeace wrote an article on the mines in Tanzania, and Greg Palast got sued by Barrick Gold Corporation. Another instance of libel. Brian Mulroney was taking money in paper bags down to the U.S. The RCMP wanted to sue, and Brian Mulroney sued for libel. Another case, Blanchard. Blanchard came out after it picked up where GATA left off. GATA is the Gold Antitrust Action Committee. And Blanchard sued JP Morgan and Barrick Gold Corporation for conspiring to rig gold prices. Despite of the fact that under oath, Barrick admitted to have rigged gold prices on behalf of certain central banks of the world, and therefore was seeking immunity from prosecution. In Canada, Barrick sued for libel Blanchard. So Blanchard settled in the United States for billions of dollars days after the M3 publishing of the money records was shut off. And in Canada, Blanchard pleaded guilty of the libel with a slap in the hand. In my case, the libel is more significant and is more critical. I was made a symbol of internet libel in Canada. I was made a symbol of internet libel in Canada for daring to say that in Chile, Barrick Gold Corporation lost ownership of the largest asset filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Here, I am persecuted. I was trampled in the courts. I did never attend any proceedings, and I was found guilty of libel. Today, in Canada, Barrick Gold Corporation continues to state that they own my mine, sold in advance billions of dollars of gold from my mine to Deutsche Bank, and I have a judicial decision in 2001 to strip ownership of that mine by a cease and embargo. In 2006, a judgment favorable. Barrick was not happy with the text of the judgment because the lady judge just tossed the book in the kitchen sink on them, and the corporation had the audacity to sue the judge so that the lady could be removed from the Chilean court system and the judgment would go haywire upside down. Through the wisdom of the Chilean Supreme Court in November 2008, the case was tossed out. The lady judge was found to be correctly at law, as she was, and the judgment will stand. After that, I proceeded to put all the titles of Mina Pascua into my name. Me, the person that is sued in Canada by Barrick Gold Corporation, saying that they own Mina Pascua. My name is in the titles, and Barrick Gold Corporation name has never been there. Yet, Barrick sold 50% of Mina Pascua to Minera Homestake, my clients, my counterpart in business prior to. And they share 50-50 Mina Pascua with Minera Homestake, a non-hedge company, so that they could take their gold and meet the hedges that they couldn't meet with Mina Pascua. So I'm very sorry, William, to hear your case, that you are suffering libel because you're trying to come out with the truth, just like I am. I'm a symbol of libel and internet libel in Canada, but I am innocent. The problem is that the RCMP neglected to properly investigate the file. The courts, well, they didn't have me present there so that I could rebate the lies. And at this date, Barrick, through audacity again, somebody tampered with my computer. They put content out there in the internet, and Barrick was successful at trampling with my rights in British Columbia in the Supreme Court here by stating that I committed contempt, publishing things out of a time when a judge had restricted that thing. And so no longer Barrick has the need or will have to face having no title, commercial crimes, financial crimes, money crimes, gold crimes, because it so happened that now I am the guilty one, although I didn't do it, of publishing things while I was prohibited. So libel is an instrument of wrath by the powerful against the people who have the truth at hand and they cannot make it known. I'm tired of that in Canada.
I got a quick question for you, Jorge. Now that you are the legal owner of Mina Pascua Lama and recognized by the Chilean court system, the Supreme Court system down in Chile, up here in Canada, it appears that our court system is run by the select few elitist. Is not innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty until proven innocent. Here in Canada, it seems to be repeatedly seen like that. But now that you are the legal owner and Barrick Gold cannot take, according to the Chilean court system, cannot take gold out of that gold reserve. And they even, as you were saying, they sold some of it. So what are we talking from a financial standpoint, a world financial standpoint? How much, of a basically a kick to the financial situation at this time is this going to cause? Because these companies no longer have those gold reserves that they allegedly acquired.
Well, thanks for the question, Reg. The truth is that I contacted J.P. Morgan prior to 9/11, as you know, and I was invited to those towers. Luckily, I didn't go. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Number one. Number two, the mine was to be open in the year 2000. And to that mine, there was a contribution of hundreds of millions of dollars by J.P. Morgan, Goldman & Sachs, Merrill Lynch, Solomon Brothers. And a last advice to them, they were short in gold non-produced at Pascua since the year 2000, about 28 billion and counting, maybe 30 billion. These are the same banks that received the 700 billion bailout. And the problem with the financial world is that there is no truth out there. Because if the housing problem was really true, and the government really wanted to solve that, they would have paid everybody's mortgages and discounted them from the wages and the paychecks. But no, nobody had their house protected. Everybody went into foreclosures, and the bankers got the money. And the hedges and derivatives that they were covered at Merrill Lynch that they made a collapse is actually as well the custodian of the hedges and derivatives and minerals. And AIG, that is the insurance company behind it all, it also got bailed out. So it's very hard to discover what did create an impact, but I believe that them being short Pascua is creating ripples into the market. And when we started this fight, gold was at 260 and gold is over 900 being suppressed right now.